Okay, so today what we are going to understand, we are going to understand the Linux file system hierarchy. So how the inside the Linux the file system it get organized, right? So if you remember in a Windows, you have a different way the file system get organized. For an example, your root partition is called as a C drive, right? And within the root partition, you have a Windows directory. In a Windows directory, you have operating system file will get stored. Then you have a program file. Within the program file, your all the applications get installed. Then you have a user directory. Within the user directory, you have all the user related setting and specific things will get stored here, right? So same way that in the Linux, your everything will start from there is something which is called as an a root directory, right? So when we say that a root directory, it means that the it's the a starting of the partition, right? So when you have a starting of the partition, uh, your everything will go and you can say it will go and all your data will go and stored inside start inside from here, right? And within the root partition you have a hierarchy of the folders which was get created. For example, all the boot related file will be go and stored inside the boot. All the operating system related file will go and stored inside that operating system. Same way that all the devices, for an example, your all CD-ROM, your hard disk, everything will go and stored inside that device here, right? And where the the in the home directory, all the user by default get a space where they can go and save the file, right? Until and unless you assign any other partition to that particular user. Same way that you can say that there is a various devices, there is a various folder which was get created at the time of installation of the Linux operating system. So this is how the hierarchy will get stored, right? So important file which you have to remember, one is a root partition, which is a primary partition or which is the main partition here. Within the root you have a etc folder. So all most of your configuration file you will found under the etc directory, right? Second most important directory in the Linux is called a div. So within the div we will found that all the important devices, for an example your CD-ROM, your hard disk, you will found it is stored inside that div directory, right? And then this is also one of the important file which is called as an USR. So within the USR, all the environment related variable plus the library, everything will go and stored here, right? Same way for everything which you want to mount, just like that, when you insert a pen drive, it is by default mounted as a any drive letter in your my computer, right? So same way like that, when you have a mount directory, in a mount directory all your devices will go and get mounted. Okay, so when we have a Linux file system hierarchy, the most important part in this hierarchy is that how can you go and add a new hard disk, how can you create a different partition of the hard disk, right? So once all your partitions and system is get setted, then you can start working accordingly, right? Now here I have given an example that how the partition will get and configured in the Linux world. So just like in a Windows, right? If you remember, if you have a hard disk, you can have a four primary partition, right? Primary partition where you can deploy or install operating system. Okay, so in any hard disk there is only four primary partition is allowed. Either you can create four primary partition, or you can create primary partition and one extended partition. So the extended partition can be further go and branch it out and can be further segregated and extended as a logical partition, right? So let's say for an example, if you are in terms of Windows, if you are using a Windows, you can say that this is my C drive, this can be your C drive. So let's say this is your C drive, this can be your D drive, and this can be your E drive. Okay, so Now it means that in a C drive I can install, let's say for an example, I can install Windows here also. I can install in a D drive, I can install Windows here also. In a E drive I can install, let's say, Linux also, right? Because it's a primary partition, so it can be boot. Now when we have an extended partition, so let's say for an example, this is my extended partition, and this partition I can call it, let's say, uh, F drive. This can be a G drive, and likewise that you can go ahead and deploy a different partition here, right? So same way in a Linux, when you are working in a Linux environment, these partitions are generally referred as an div, right? So it's, you can call it, let's say, there is nothing called a C drive and a D drive. It is just come as a folder. So for an example, I say that SDA is my C drive, and here I can say that SDA2 is my D drive. So what is the SDA and SDA2? It's nothing, it's just like a folder, right? And in a Linux, where this folder is get mounted, so generally this folder is get mounted as a practice. You can have a you can say a dev directory, and within the dev directory you can mount your this folder. Okay, so this is how the Linux partition will get created and configured. So today in our lab, we have a machine which is created in EC2 instance on a AWS. There we will attach one volume, right, as an hard disk, and then we will use fdisk command, which will be used to create the partition, right? So the command which we are using in this Linux system today is a fdisk, which will be used to review the partition plus create the partition like primary, extended, and a logical. All good. So let's now just open your Linux terminal.
I cleared it.
Okay, now can you open a lab manual?
Mm.
So to see the partition in a Linux, okay,
Mm.
you have a command called df-h.
Okay.
Scroll down, scroll down. Scroll down. Okay, you get a command called df-h. So go to the
Okay.
Linux and run this command df-h. So what is saying that you have one hard disk which is a 8 GB, which is inside a dev directory, and what is the name? XVDA1. Able to see?
FXDVA1, that is hard disk.
That is a hard disk because it is
Okay.
inside a dev, right? And what is the
Okay.
size? What is the size?
8 GB.
How much size has been used?
Used is 8 GB. Total is
Used is 1.3 GB.
uh,
Available is 6.8
available
GB.
6.8 GB.
Okay. And you use percentage use is 17% of the device space has been used. On your device is mounted on a root directory directly. Okay. So
Okay.
after root you have a dev. Correct?
Okay.
Perfect now?
Always device should be mounted on root only.
Hmm.
Okay.
No, you can mount on any folder also. There is no problem.
Okay.
Because in
How we need to mount that?
yeah, because Linux is everything is a file now.
Uh,
So you can mount anywhere.
okay. How to mount, I'm asking.
We will see now.
Okay.
Now to check the partition of the Linux, we have a command called fdisk-l. So
Okay.
fdisk is a very old utility. Okay. Just type fdisk-l. So it is again show you that yes, you have XVDA1 Able to see?
Ah,
Which is 8 GB. The first white color line.
yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Yes.
Now the same disk partition we are going to use now here. So we need one hard disk to
What
be.
is this one?
Which one?
This one.
This will show you that there is a something called a track and a sector in a hard disk.
Okay.
Okay, so this track and sector, it says that how it will start, how it will end.
Okay.
Okay, don't go inside that.
Okay.
Okay, now
But why only one thing? This is the one. Oh, inside this 1 and 128 are there. Always 1 and 128 number only will be there.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, now go to your AWS portal. Scroll down this side, you will say Elastic Block Store. Click volumes.
I clicked it volume again.
Yeah, in a volume, and click create volume. You see a blue screen? Yeah, on top,
This one.
create volume, create volume.
Okay.
Okay, give it a size like 2 GB. Instead of 100 GB, give it a size as a 2 GB. Okay, just scroll down till last. Click create volume. So now you are creating one hard disk of a 2 GB. Okay, click close now. Click close now. Now you see that 2 GB is now appearing and it is saying available. Okay,
Okay.
now select this 2 GB. Select this 2 GB, the first one. Yeah, go to action. Click attach volume. Yeah, good. Now in an instance, just click the instance and see there is a one server is running. Click that. Now it is attached as a -dev
SDF.
device and SDF.
Yeah.
Okay,
SDF means
SDF means it is a SSD hard disk.
steady hard disk.
Yeah,
Okay.
SDF is nothing. That's a name. You think as a name.
Okay. Correct.
Okay. Click attach.
Like XDA. First we saw like XDA. Now we are seeing SDF. Just names
Yeah,
only.
correct. It's a name. Now go back to your lab manual.
It is in process.
Yeah, go to lab manual. Scroll down. So this command will show you what is the disk space you have. Okay, scroll down. Now we are going to create a primary partition. So we are going to attach a new hard disk. So this is what I am showing in the screenshot. Okay. So once we attach, we come to the Linux server and we will say that fdisk -l. Scroll down.
Okay.
Scroll down. When you run fdisk -l, it will again
This
show
should
you.
also be shown.
Yeah, that 2 GB will be shown to you. Okay, exactly. Good. Scroll down. Scroll down. Now, once this hard disk is attached, we have to create. Once the hard disk is attached, we have to create the partition. To create the partition, we are going to use the command fdisk and then whatever the name of that disk, right? Okay. So now go to that Linux.
server.
Yeah, Linux server. Clear everything now. Okay, just type fdisk -l. Are you able to see the 2 GB now?
Yeah.
Okay, so if I have to create a partition, Abhirami, what we have to use, we are going to use a command called fdisk. So type here fdisk.
One
Type
second.
fdisk.
ABP.
Yeah.
Fdisk.
A space, the same name. Oh no.
Okay. Fdisk is to create partition, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Fdisk.
Just clear everything. Again, first run fdisk -l because you need to know the name. Now just type fdisk a space -dev. Yeah, exactly. Copy and paste. Yeah, press enter. Now the screen will present you that how you are going to create a partition. Okay. Can you scroll down the bar because I'm not able to see.
Command M for help.
No, I'm not able to see because your font is too big. Can you press Control C here and just exit now? Yeah, just clear everything. No. Press Control C, Abhirami. Don't put stone here. Just type clear. Okay. Now run that command. Just press the arrow key. You will get that command. Yeah. Press enter. Okay. So it is saying that do you want to create the partition? So please type the command. Okay. So to create the partition in a Linux, can you go to a lab manual, check what the command is there? Go back to the lab manual. Scroll down.
N.
What we have to type? We have to type N. N is for new partition. Okay, good. Scroll down. Yeah. And then it is asking that, do you want to create a primary or an extended partition? So I will say, I will going to create a primary. So default is P, just press enter. Right. So now it is going to ask you that what the partition number you are looking for. Remember, in your Linux operating system, by default, 2 primary partition is already created. Right.
Okay.
So we are going to start with the 3. So you say that 3. So
where 2 are already created. One is XD and other is SDF.
Yeah, correct. So now I am creating the another partition. So it's a
Third
third
one.
partition. Yeah, third. Press enter. Now it is asking that I am going to give you some sector and a track. I am say that I am okay. I am not worried. Just press enter.
We are going to give for 2 GB 2048.
Yeah. So you say that what is the last sector? I say that go ahead and use the default. Press enter.
What is sector? What first sector? Last sector?
Yeah. So
What
in a
is
hard
mean
disk,
that?
in a hard disk there is something called sectors. Okay, track and sectors.
Okay.
Now you say that your new partition is ready to use. What do you want now next? Go back now. Go back to your lab manual. So we have already pressed P. Okay, press scroll down now. Now we have to type the partition number, and then we have to type. P to view the partition and W to save the partition. Okay.
Okay.
So type P and then type W. Go there.
First we gave the partition number, then we gave sector. Now we are giving
P for view. Yeah. Place enter.
So the third partition is created with 2048 size.
Yeah, exactly. Now you are
Okay.
getting very good. Now, if you are
But
okay
the
with that,
name it is assigned to itself as Linux.
yes, yes, correct.
Hmm.
Now, let's say for an example, I am okay with that, whatever is done. So if you want to save, you have to type a command called W. Yeah.
If you're not okay,
Yeah. Then you just again press Control C and you are exit now.
okay. Again, we have to do from starting, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So just clear everything now and just clear. Now, if you want, you can repeat the step. So what we have to type? Oh,
We print the partition table.
N, Avirami.
N. How we can see here also, right?
Yeah, yeah,
N, add a new partition.
yeah, yeah.
P primary partition. We will give 4 now.
Yeah.
No, we have 3 only.
3 only, na, because we have not
That
created
we
now.
do not save.
Yeah.
Created a partition of
Hmm.
type Linux and size 2 GB.
Hmm.
Now I have
W.
to save.
Yeah, W.
Okay, instead of 2048, I can give
1048 also. Yeah.
okay.
So type W and enter. You are exit now. So
Yeah.
just clear the screen now.
Here we are unable to see that partition.
Because partition is not there as of now. Okay, because your Linux need to understand that what you did. So clear the screen. Now type a command called part probe. PARTPROB. Yeah, enter. No, E is not required. Oh, can you go there on a lab manual and check what the command is?
Probe is there.
Yeah. Now you have to restart your server to let the Linux to initialize this partition. So say reboot.
Enter.
Yeah.
I have to restart.
Yeah. So it's server is restarting. Yeah. You have to wait for a couple of minutes because
Okay.
internally the server is restarting. Okay.
Part probe means
So it is. I am telling the Linux that I have created the partition. Please initialize it internally.
okay.
So the partition will be probed by the Linux kernel. Okay. Click OK. Now again right click that. EC2-user. Enter. Very good. Now su root. Clear the screen. Now type fdisk -l first.
This is the default one. This is also default one. This is the one we created.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
No, this is the default one. This is the one we kept it by using AWS.
Yes.
This is the one we created partition from this.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, from 2 GB we have created for 2 GB on partition.
Yes. But in a Linux, if you have any hard disk, that hard disk need to be mounted. Okay, which you asked.
Okay.
Right? So how the mounting is happen? Just clear the screen first and go to the lab manual.
Okay. It's to be mounted.
hold on now. You
This
say
is the
that
command.
first you have to format that partition. Okay.
Okay.
Same like that, when you create a partition in a Windows, you have to first format that partition. Okay.
Okay.
So to format that partition, we can use a MKE2FS. Remember, in a Windows, we have a two file system called FAT and NTFS. Okay.
Okay.
And in Linux, we have a something which is called as an E2FS.
Okay.
Okay. So just type MKE, just copy this whole line. Go back. But you have to give your own partition name. What was the partition name? So can
We
you
don't
again
know
go
what
and type fdisk -l? Oh, no, you have written wrong. Yeah. So your is XDF3. Yeah, press enter. Perfect now. So it's now start formatting your hard disk. I think it's done.
Okay.
It's done or something is going on?
Done. Today I did not save anything in Notepad itself.
Okay. You not need, because you have anyhow your complete lab manuals, huh? So you don't need to do that. Good. Go back now. Okay. So just clear the screen. So now we have created the partition. We have format the partition. Now it is time for us to mount the partition, right? This is the third step.
Okay.
Go back to the lab manual. Go back to the lab manual. Scroll down now. Okay, now hold on. Now to make the partition, first you have to create a folder. Okay. So let's say you create a folder called your name. So type mkdir -p. Go there. Type mkdir -p. Any name which you like. Type Abhirami, A capital, make it A capital. And in the last you give slash. Oh. Say RMDIR Abhirami. Remove it. Now make again, and slash is the last one. Yeah, press enter.
Why slash?
Because this is I am going to use as a device.
Okay. Slash at last means using as a device.
Yeah. Slash in the last means it is a special partition. Okay, it's not like a normal directory.
Okay.
Go back now. Go back to lab manual. Okay. Now we have to mount our device to this new partition. So go back again and type mount. First we have to know the device name. So you have to just scroll down from the arrow key. Yeah. X. Yeah, just copy that. Clear the screen.
We have to do mount this one to that one.
Yeah. So clear the screen.
Mount this one to. I will do this command now. Yeah, mounted. Now clear.
Yeah. Clear the screen. I'm not able to see. Actually, your font is too big for me.
Okay.
Okay. Now type df -h. Yeah.
Now we are able to see. Yeah. Okay.
Now within that partition, you can store any file. You have to go inside that as to whatever the things you store. Understand that how the partition work in a Linux?
Yeah.
Yeah. So now, but this extra hard disk will cost you because it's not free.
Okay. So we will remove that now.
Immediately remove that.
We have to remove this one, right?
From here also you can remove, or you can remove directly from the server. Go back to
From
AWS.
here to here.
No. First you do a reboot or shutdown. Say shutdown. Enter. Now go back to your AWS console and select the action. Say deattach volume first here. And click the action again. Once it is done, hold on. Once it is done, then again you go to action and say that shutdown. Oh, sorry, delete the volume. Okay.